RFK Jr. unveils plan to strap government tracking devices on Americans before 2030. Hey, I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Pada from the GMS Denver camp. And, brothers have done lessons on this right here, but this is very significant to end time prophecy. Okay. So this man that you see right here was talking about having human, tracking devices put on people, man, by 2030 for every citizen, every American citizen. And that just sparks talks of the mark of the beast, man. But anyway, let's read a little bit of this and we get some precepts. All right. Now it says Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has unveiled what critics are calling a chilling and Orwellian plan to embed electronic surveillance into the daily lives of Americans. Under the banner of health, Kennedy is promoting the widespread adoption of wearable tracking devices, one for every man, woman, and child in the United States within 4 years. Okay, now that's showing you in the picture, all right, like a watch, like those smart watches and whatnot. And then they have another one like it's like a Band-Aid or some sort, man, with electronics in it. All right, to monitor like different, vital functions and whatnot. But it's really a tracking device, man. And the ultimate tracking device they want to put on you, in you, is the RFID microchip, man. So this is one step closer to the MOTB, the mark of the beast, right? It says, we're about to launch the biggest advertising campaign in HHS history to encourage Americans to use wearables, Kennedy said in a House Committee on Energy and Commerce hearing on Tuesday. My vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years. Come on, man, said Kennedy, referring to the electronic devices designed to monitor biometric data, location, and behavioral patterns. Why? Why do they want you to have this? Because they want to enslave you, man. They want you in those digital chains. Okay? And we have a more sure word of prophecy. We told you that everything is moving towards the mark of the beast because he has to fulfill prophecy. Esau, all right, he has to bring this before the end. So let's go ahead and get a quick precept. So here we have the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 19. It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. All right. We have a sure word of prophecy. All right. The men of the Lord, the true prophets, are able to break down these scriptures and tell you exactly what's going down. And here at Great Millstone, starting with Elder Apostle Tahar on down, we have been telling you that this devil would bring forth a digital tracking device, man. And it's going to end up being an implantable RFID microchip. Not no Apple Watch, man. Okay. Now I want to get this in the AI overview real quick. So check this out. The AI assist says the phrase we have also a more sure word of prophecy is found in 2 Peter 1:19 of the KJV version of the Bible. The verse emphasizes the reliability of prophetic messages, encouraging believers to pay attention to them as a guiding light into the fulfillment of the Most High's promises. And that is spot on, man. All right. That verse is emphasizing the reliability of the prophetic scriptures, man. We telling you that there's going to be a time in which they're going to force a digital implant on people, man. All right. They're talking about it more and more. They flirting around with the idea of wearing trackable devices, man, because they're leading you towards Revelation 13, verse 16 on down. All right. Where it goes into the mark of the beast. Let's get there real quick. So, you know, I got to bring it out, man. All right, we got to bring that warning because this right here is coming very, very soon. Revelation 13, verse 16, it says, and he, all right, Esau, causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, you see? And in that article, RFK said he wants every American to have a wearable digital device. Come on, man. You can't see the prophecies lining up. They're walking you towards this prophecy right here. And it's really Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right? So no matter who you are, if you got money, if you're rich or you poor, all right, you're free, you know, walking the streets or you in prison, they want everybody to have this wearable device, man. It's going to eventually be put under your skin. Okay? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he or except he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see, so it's going to get to the point where you won't be able to buy or sell without these wearable devices. All right, because they're going to bring something, you know, something forth to pretty much do away with the dollar, to do away with, you know, physical currency and make everything digital. All right, your ID will not be physical anymore. Your social security card will be digital. It's all going to be stored on these digital devices that eventually they're going to want you to put under your skin. Okay, you don't got to believe it, man, but you'll believe it when it happens. Let's go back to that article real quick. So I got to read that again. All right, dude just said, my vision is that every American, Salakia, hold on a second. All right, he said, my vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years. So they're trying to fast track this thing, man. All right, talking about those biometric monitors to track your data, location, and behavioral patterns. They're going to know everything about you because they want to be like the Most High. They want to track everyone on the earth, man. You won't be able to escape. All right, let's play this video.
Diet, about their physical activity, about the way that they live their lives. We think that wearables are a key to the Maha agenda, making America healthy again. And we are going to, my vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Following up.
You heard that? Let's play that one more time. Listen to what he said in the beginning.
Diet, about their physical activity, about the way that they live their lives. We think.
You hear that? They want to know everything about your diet, what you're eating every day, your physical activity, where you're going, if you're having sex or not. They're gonna know all that, man. They want to know everything. They want to know everything about you. How many times you use the bathroom, and they're trying to use it to say that they're concerned about everybody's health and their diet. Get the fuck out of here, man. Esau is bringing this forth to try to market it to you, as him trying to help you out, and it's not. We already understand that this devil has plans to track and trace everyone on the earth, man. Okay? Nothing will be, anonymous. Nothing will be secret. There'll be no privacy, according to them. All right, now it says, while Kennedy claims this initiative is the cornerstone of his quote-unquote Make America Healthy Again campaign, critics argue it's the Trojan horse for something much more insidious. The globalist dream of total population surveillance, long championed by the World Economic Forum, WEF, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and other unelected elite bodies. See? RFK was supposed to be the voice of resistance. Instead, he's threatening to deliver the globalist surveillance state under the guise of patriotism and health. Yeah, they're all bought out, man. All these politicians are playing ball, man. Y'all thought that, certain people were against the elites. Nah, man, they all work for the elites, man. It's like, good cop, bad cop. You see? They're both cops. Now it says the push for constant biometric surveillance is not new. The World Economic Forum, especially during the leadership of Klaus Schwab, has been publicly advocating for wearable and implantable technology for over a decade. Did I not say that? Look, here it is right here. See that? Implantable technology. Microchip. Hand or in your head, right? In 2022, Schwab's top advisor, Yuval Noah Harari, bluntly stated, "We are no longer mysterious souls. Now we are hackable animals." They want to hack you, man. And this is really a major plan for Esau to get his birthright back. He wants, the Israelites mainly to forfeit the birthright, because once you take, any implantable device, all right, such as the RFID microchip, the brain chip, the Neuralink, all right, or any other brain computer interface, you've forfeited your salvation. You've defiled your temple, and the Lord is going to reject you. And they know this. All right. This is really, to get at you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. They really want to track and surveil you. Okay. Because to them, you're their property. They want to tag you like cattle. They want to know your whereabouts and everything about you. You see? So yeah, this is what this is moving towards, man. These damn devils think they slick, but we see through the bullshit, man. All right. It says, and this is why we need Yahweh Shai to return, man, because this shit can't go on much longer, man. It says even Schwab himself once praised China's authoritarian surveillance infrastructure as a model for the world, calling it an example of effective governance in his now infamous remarks at a WEF roundtable. So, them damn gooks over there in China, all right, they're living in a fucking complete surveillance state over there. All right. China got cameras and shit everywhere, man. They got a social credit score. So if you say, for example, if you get caught on camera littering or dropping trash on the ground, they could track that by their facial recognition cameras, their biometric cameras and whatnot, and deduct points from your social credit score. All right, to the point where you won't be able to ride public transportation. All right, they can restrict you from different things. Like, that's a complete slave state, man. And this is what they want to bring here. This is what they want for the world. Okay, but people ain't even realizing how serious this is, man. They're just going about their day, not even watching and paying attention to what these devils are bringing forth, man. We're in the end times, man. But yeah, this is all a conspiracy, to really get at the Israelites. Now let's get a quick precept on that before I continue on, right? Because they mentioned China right here too. So this is the famous Psalms 83. All right, it goes into these heathen, especially these devils, and how they're trying to trap you Israelites. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult," all right, or commotion, "and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." All right, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, the Israelites. Okay. And consulted against thy hidden ones, the Israelites, because our identity has been hidden for a long time. And now we know that we are the chosen people of the scriptures, man, the chosen people of the Most High. And they've taken crafty counsel against us, man, these damn heathen. All right, all these, G8 or G whatever summit meetings. All right, all these different, Bilderberg group meetings and all this stuff. They're meeting behind closed doors to see what they're going to do with us to try to take us out of power, man. They know who we are, man. The elites of Esau and these heathens. Verse 4 says, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." That's what they want, man. They don't want us to come to the knowledge of the fact that we're the Israelites. They don't want us to repent and turn back to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because that means that's their downfall, man. They want to continue to rule over us and keep us on the bottom. So they take all kind of crafty counsel and have these think tanks to try to figure out how the fuck they're going to keep us down. And one of the main things they're going to try to do is have everybody chipped up, man. They want everybody to be in that, surveillance state society, keeping tabs on every damn body, pretty much having you by the balls, man. You won't be able to do anything without them knowing or without them having control over it. Your money will be controlled because it's going to be a digital system, so they can delete money out of your account. They can freeze your account whenever they want to. All right. Restrict you from buying certain things, leaving certain areas. This is what they want. They want you to be in complete slavery as an Israelite, man. They want to keep us down. They don't want us to rise above them and put them in captivity, because that's the prophecy. Now, verse 5, it says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, meaning they join forces together to be against us Israelites. All right, you think these damn heathen are your friends? You think these heathen really give a fuck about you people, you Israelites? Nah, these other nations hate us, man. All right. Verse 6, it says, look, the tabernacles of Edom, that's the very first one mentioned, the Edomites. And it says, and the Ishmaelites, those damn Arabs of Moab, are like the so-called Chinese, as you saw in that article. And it goes on to list more heathen nations. All right, even this Amalek, man, those 1948ers who are Edomites as well. But it just goes to show you that they're all confederate against the nation of Israel. And one of their main plans to keep us down is to have us tracked and traced and surveilled and defiled with the RFID microchip, man. All right, because Esau wants to keep the earth under his wicked rulership. All right, but we know that the Lord is going to thwart his plans according to prophecy. So let's read a little bit more. They were, praising China for how fucking locked down their society is. It says China, which already uses a nationwide system of facial recognition, see, social credit scoring, all right, and smartphone tracking, is widely seen by the globalists as the testing ground for a digital control grid that could soon be exported to the West, meaning you Americans, all right. Matter of fact, I want to see if I can find a video showing you what the fuck, China looks like, man, because it is horrible, man. So let's check this out, all right? Let me play this video, okay? It says, inside China's AI, or artificial intelligence, surveillance state, and why it should terrify you. And this is what they're praising. This is what they want to bring to America. Let's go ahead and play this.
Imagine walking through a city where every camera watches not just your movement, but your face, your mood, your heart rate. Every step is tracked, every action recorded. And that information doesn't go to a security guard. It goes to an algorithm. Welcome to China's surveillance state, powered by artificial intelligence. In this video, we'll uncover how China's AI surveillance system works, how it's changing the daily lives of 1.4 billion people, and why governments across the world are both copying and fearing it. This isn't just about cameras. It's about control, behavior, and the silent evolution of society.
Right, you see that, man? The camera is picking up people, all right, recognizing them in their system, and there's like different, bullet points on these people, man, using AI technology, man. They might have, your debt on there. They might have, your credit score on there. All right, your name, of course, your social security. They're gonna have all type of information on you, man. And they want that for here in America, They already got cameras everywhere here. And they probably already doing biometric, data harvesting.
China has installed over 700 million surveillance cameras, nearly one for every 2 citizens. But this isn't your average CCTV network. These are real-time AI-powered systems. They don't just record video. They identify faces, detect suspicious body language, monitor crowds, and even predict unrest. And they do it all in seconds. A person flagged by the system can be tracked across an entire city, from subway stations to public parks, without a single human ever getting involved.
Do you hear that? You hear that, right? You can go and try to hide, but they know where you are, man, because there's cameras, a network of cameras and biometric surveillance set up all throughout, the cities. Okay. Now they might say, well, we can use this to stop crime and things like that, but it's a two-edged sword, man. You won't have any privacy. They gonna know everything about you, man. There will be no privacy. This is what they want for you people here. This is what they want really for us. They want us to be tracked and traced, man. And you're seeing these on more stop signs in America. I've noticed it over the years, man. You're seeing cameras and shit just everywhere on light poles. All right. Because they want to watch everything, man. All right. I'll play a little bit more of this. We'll get some presets. We'll close it down.
But the tech goes even further. Facial recognition AI can determine not just who you are, but how you feel. It can detect if you're anxious, angry, stressed, or disengaged. In some schools, AI monitors students' emotional state during class, alerting teachers if a child seems distracted or depressed. In workplaces, some employers use the same system to gauge employee motivation and compliance. This is
Do you see this? Look at these zipper heads, man. That's complete slavery, man. They over there got their people in complete slavery, man. You at your job and the camera, picks up that you're having a bad day, and you get called into the damn office. You get, written up because you might, possibly, cause harm to other employees because, the facial recognition camera picked up on your mood and whatnot. This is heavy, man. This is what these heathen want to actually bring forth in the earth, man. This is not cool. This is not smart. This is idiotic, man. All right. This is hell is what they're trying to bring. But the unsuspecting person will think that it's an advancement in technology and an advancement in society. Hell nah, man. All right. And they want to take it even further by putting a chip inside of you, man. Okay. I mean, because you could probably wear a mask and fool the camera, somewhat. But when they have a chip inside of you, there's no fooling that, man. You just are pretty much, they're cattle at that point, man.
behavioral analytics at a national scale.
Man, that's insane. But yeah, you see what they're trying to bring, man. You see where, the direction they're headed in, man. All right, so let's read a little bit more. It says now with RFK Jr.'s plan, that future appears to be knocking on America's doors. All right, that dystopian technocracy. It says the Biden administration and international health organizations laid the groundwork for digital monitoring during the C19 pandemic. You see it with contact tracing apps. Remember that? Passports. You see that? The jab passports and proposals for digital health IDs. I remember that. They was talking about all this stuff, man. All right. Now the Kennedy's proposal, critics warn we are entering the next phase, making digital surveillance devices as common as smartphones or mandatory. Look, man, look, you see, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive, free and bound to receive a mark in their right hand or in their heads, man. This is a step closer towards that, man. They're going to make it mandatory because we have a more sure word of prophecy. They're going to do everything that the Lord has purposed them to do. They're going to bring the RFID microchip. They're going to make it mandatory and even punishable by death for those who don't receive it. Okay. This says the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been at the forefront of funding biometric tracking technologies in developing nations, including wearable pregnancy monitors, digital, records, and biometric identity systems tied to financial access. Critics say these same systems are now being imported into the US, rebranded as quote-unquote health tech or wellness innovation. If the vision becomes reality, every American could soon be outfitted with a government-approved electronic tracker monitoring their health metrics, movements, behaviors, and perhaps even political loyalties. Come on, man. They want to know everything about you. All right. They're already doing it with our phones, to some extent. They know your search history, your text messages, who you call, they record you with the microphone. But now they want to put it under your skin, man, because you can always throw your phone away. You can always get rid of a phone when push comes to shove. All right. But once it's inside of you, man, it's a wrap. All right. It says freedom advocates are calling for immediate public debate, transparency, and legal safeguards before this vision becomes a chilling new normal. It's not going to be for too much. It's not going to last too long, man, because they're going to get it off the ground. You're going to have a lot of people receiving the mark, man. Those that are not the elect, they're going to receive the RFID microchip. All right. But that's when the Lord's going to destroy this system right after they make that thing mandatory. Let's get a precept on that real quick. But we're close, man. We're close to the end. So this is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. All right. It says, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And the Lord's going to disappoint Esau, man, with thermonuclear fire. All right. Their whole little new world order in which everybody's tracked and traced in their, their digital system is not going to last long, man. All right. It's going to backfire on Esau, and the Lord's going to put an end to it, man, soon after, it's implemented. I got another scripture in the book of Job to prove that. All right, here we have Job chapter 20 and verse 23. Now it says, when he, or Esau, is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. What does that mean? That means when Esau finally gets his new world order, when he makes the microchip mandatory for buying and selling, when they finally bring that forth, make it mandatory, that's when the Lord's going to rain upon him with his fury. And that fury is none other than those thermonuclear missiles, because at the same time, World War III is going to go nuclear, man. Okay, it's heating up now. But we know that those nukes are near, and Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven is near when they make the RFID microchip mandatory to be a part of society. And at that point, we're going to have to be as pilgrims upon the earth. That's the hour of temptation that's coming, that we've been warning you about, because we have a more sure word of prophecy. Okay. But let's get something real quick to back, up what I just said. Okay. All right, here we have the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. Now let's get this in the NLT, for further clarification. All right. But the RFID microchip, all right, being made mandatory is set for an appointed time to happen, because it's part of the Lord's movie. It's part of the Lord's will. It's in the prophecy. All right, here we have that same verse right here in the New Living Translation, right? And it says, the vision is yet. It's like the vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. You see, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. It's going to happen, man. It's not a question. It's not a doubt in our mind that these devils are going to bring the mandatory microchip, man, which is the mark of the beast. We're telling you now. So it's time to get close to Yahweh Shai Shai and build that relationship with the Lord, because it's not going to be an easy time, man. They're going to make this thing seem attractive. They're going to make it seem like it's something that you need to have, all right, in order to survive, because you won't be able to buy or sell or do anything without, this digital technology that they want to put inside of you. Okay, they've been planning this for years and years and years, and it's biblical prophecy. So we were preparing for that time before it even gets here, and we see it's coming closer and closer. All right. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to have to just be disconnected from society. And the Lord going to take care of us, man. This is the time where we're going to be totally dependent on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? Waiting for his providence, man. Waiting for his miracles to come through, because it's going to take a miracle. And he's going to show his power through those miracles, man. By the very fact of him feeding his elect, men, women, and children who don't receive the mark in the times we're coming into. All right, he ain't gonna just leave us hanging, man. The Lord gonna do things to take care of us. We don't need Esau's system to survive. All right, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but then that favor of the Lord is gonna kick in for those who, remain steadfast in the faith. All right, and look for the Lord to provide instead of bowing the knee and taking that chip and being destroyed, man. So I got a couple of more. We're gonna close it. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." All right, and we're making ourselves ready for this spiritual battle that's coming, because this battle is spiritual. All right, if you haven't been, being spiritually built up in this grace period, you're gonna fall and crumble in this time we're coming into. All right. And the majority of our people are going to do just that. They're going to crumble. They're going to take that chip, even though they might say, "Oh, I'm not taking that. That's the mark of the beast." They might say that now. But we're going to see when the pressure is really applied, man, because it will come. All right. And we're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth, meaning we're going to be, like nomads, man, moving from place to place. We're not going to be in our apartments, because how are you going to pay rent if you can't, if you don't have that implantable device? You won't be able to buy or sell. We're going to be completely ostracized from society. All right, because the Lord is separating us from Esau's system. All right, and the elect have the vision to understand that, man. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Okay, so I got one more. We're going to close this out, but this time is coming very soon. We're going to be on the move, man. All right, you're not going to have these cars that we have anymore, or whatever, and these jobs. It's going to come to an end. Now I'm going to close with this right here. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 33. Heavy hitter. Now it says, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." Because you got these naysayers out here. All right, they don't believe that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. They don't really believe they're going to make that thing mandatory to buy and sell. All right. But watch, they're going to realize that the prophets were really among them when it actually takes place, man. All right. When it's really a reality for you. All right. So, yeah, just a quick news update, man. Wanted to, put my 2 cents in on it. But, hey, the Lord is showing himself to be faithful and true, because everything that's written is happening. So prepare, man. The hour of temptation is at hand, and the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to keep his elect. All right. In this time, he's going to keep them and give them the spirit to reject the RFID microchip, even if it means death, because we know that he has a, crown of eternal life waiting for those who finish their course with their integrity, man. And Lord willing, we're that number. So I'm in this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The MOTB is coming. Shalom.